Beautiful good morning to our lovely viewers. Welcome to the weekly gospel with me, host, the amazing Katamanda. You know how we do it right here. We get to bring your favorite gospel personalities, and then we also introduce to you new personalities as well. And we are extending an invitation to authors, poets, and of course everybody who's just in the gospel industry and would want to talk about their stories or share their stories with people out there. Please do get in touch with us using the numbers that are on your TV screens, or better yet, you can follow us on our Facebook page and inbox us, and we'll definitely get back to you. And unfortunately today we're unable to take your text messages or your calls, so the only thing you can do is head on our Facebook page and then leave your comments there, and we're more than glad to know where you're watching us from, and of course what you like about the show. So let's get you chatting. And today I'm excited because I'm joined by a businessman, somebody who understands music on the business side and then on the ministry side as well. And today he will be helping us just talk about how, of course we'll talk about a lot of things, but one thing that I want us to understand is just the power of branding, like branding yourself on the international market, how you can do it. And he's the best man to advise us. And he's looking at me like, okay, amazing, because we didn't discuss it. He's been caught unaware, but I know he's got this. So thank you for coming to the show. We love having you here, so it's good to have you. The man that knows the business.
Hey, overcolored. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be part of this this morning, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a very good discussion.
Okay.
Beneficial for our viewers.
Okay. I know we have a lot of things to talk about, but first things first. How have you been? How is ministry? How is it an organization where you give out? Yes. So how is everything?
Yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. I've been okay, and I've been busy, trying to do a lot of stuff in the background. I'll start with the ministry part. Gospel That Thunders has been very, very busy. From the last time I had come here, we have achieved quite a number of stuff, including that of developing a product called Back to School, that I have been sending 28 kids to school as part of my social responsibility. So then also GTT as something that the academic department of it has been active on vocal trainings for young people in Livingston, and also helping other guys that would want expertise in studio, especially on the production and all that. So we've been hands-on, yeah, and then taking it a little bit further to have to establish an office also in Lusaka.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So we have an office here in Lusaka.
Now we have an office in Lusaka, and I am here to stay.
Oh, you're here to stay. Okay.
So our head office for Gospel That Thunders is going to be in Lusaka. We are starting operating as from first week of October. So between now and then, we're just doing our preliminaries, just making sure that everything is in place, what we need to do, and who we need to work with and all that. And also, at the same point, as a minister of the gospel, I'm excited that I'm here now and can explore a lot of stuff that were just dreams. Now I want to actualize that.
Okay, so before everything starts happening in Osaka, what happens to people in Livingston? Because I'm sure they got used to the idea of like working with you and everything. So what happens to them?
Yeah, I'm glad that you're worried about them. I think I'm worried about me because
okay.
Yeah, I'm worried about me because I'm so accustomed to Livingston, you know, and the weather also. I just got adapted to Livingston. You can imagine I'm here in Lusaka and I feel very cold. And I look like a zombie because I'm always in jerseys when people are walking in t-shirts and all that. So about what happens with Livingstone, we still have representation in Livingstone. The academy is still going on. We have an annual music festival, which we build GTT, Gospel That Thunders. It's still going to go on as per plan. So nothing has changed much, except that it's only one person, Navy, has moved from Livingstone to Lusaka.
But the team will still be active.
Yeah, the team is still active there. Every project is going as planned. We are even adding a preschool for the underprivileged. So a lot of stuff are still going to go on, and even expansion is still going to go on. Except that I need to be this side as a person who is going to be lobbying the business community to respond to the projects that we have on the ground on the other side. Unlike the times when I was in Livingstone, I'd have to plan, I'm going to go meet this company, meet that one, meet that one, meet that one. So when I come here, I'm super busy and I don't give proper attention to some of the strategic meetings I should have had. But this time around, well, I'll take my time. Today I'm meeting MTN. I'll be with MTN until they no longer want me to be there. I'm joking, I'm just making an example of MTN. But it's a strategy to be next to the HQs so that I'll be able to be more productive.
Okay.
Yes.
So you moved to where the money is as a businessman.
Well, there's money in Lusaka.
Yeah, there's money in Lusaka, but I hear Livingstone has more money because it's a tourist city and the likes. So anyway, I don't know about that. So anyway, welcome to Lusaka, and we're looking forward to working with you, and I'm sure people are looking forward to partnering with you as well. So aside from everything that you have planned, what else are we looking forward? Are we going to see anything new besides Gospel That Thunders, and then also the school? What else are you bringing to the table that people should look forward to?
Well, finally in Lusaka, I'm about to start living the dream I've had in years past.
Now I'm interested. What is that dream?
I've been working my way to the front, not only as a backup aid for artists, like training artists, and I showcase them, or just helping them in studio, and then they are the main performers and all that. I think you're going to see a lot of me now on the local shows. Not only international shows, but the local shows. If we have something going on at Camnet, and Camnet is hosting something, hey, I'm here. Okay. Please engage me. So I'm starting this work, not really like starting it afresh, but just differently this time around. So I'll try the best that I can to exhibit this which I have. I know people have been accustomed to seeing videos and all that. And yeah, not very different though from the videos that people have been seeing. But Nevi is a little bit different when he's on stage, because when I'm on stage, I'm ministering. So I'm bringing that to the table, the charisma that I'm actually am. And then also, I'm going to be zeroing in much on finding a way to help those that want to start from scratch, especially those that want to learn their vocal skills. Yeah, that one I'll be offering lessons on vocals. Yeah, as something that I'm going to be embarking almost immediately. Yes, and also time to time hosting events, international and local events. Yes.
When we talk about international events, I'm sure they have come in artists or just ministers that are watching the show. Now they are thinking, okay, this man has got international connections. Maybe this would be a great chance working with him.
Okay.
Like, what do you have to say to them? Are there any criteria that they need to have, or what are some of the things that they need to learn, especially when it comes to packaging? Because we know we don't just take anything on the international market. It has to be well packaged. So how should they package themselves? Should they get excited, or they should be grounded first before they get excited?
Okay. Sometimes we have overstressed things that probably were not as important. When we look at the music industry, an upcoming artist is never supposed to deceive themselves to dwell on the final product that they see on TV. A lot of that goes through scrutiny, you know. It goes through a lot of polishing in order for it to come out on the screen as perfect as it looks.
Yeah.
We've delayed ourselves sometimes. Let me put me in that picture. Never delayed himself a lot because I'd sit there, watch this properly done thing, and the issue is that, does it relate to the people? Does it relate to the audience? And I think that has plunged us into the topic for today of the ministry and the industry.
Yes.
Does it relate to the people? You know, I'll put thousands of money into production of this perfect thing that I think in my head is international. Then someone is going to come with a cartoon. You know, I mean a tin. I used the car because we're in Zambia. You know, you come with a tin and put it on the table and start playing and sing to it. And then it goes on social media, boom. He has 300,000 followers. You know, people that have streamed that tin thing. And here is Nevi with this quality, grand quality, and only has 15 people that have streamed live. And I mean that have streamed it. So the issue is, where is our priority? You know, as much as we need to invest in the quality, I think the biggest thing is investing in the authenticity of what we have.
Yeah.
What is it that we have to offer the world? So the simple, well done thing locally becomes an international product for those that are outside the nation when they appreciate that little thing and follow that little thing. So mind you, what music is all about is about communication, sending out a word, sending out something, that information that people need to hear about something. And music is like a spear. Yeah, it can be gospel, it can be secular, but at the end of the day, music is like a spear. I'll give you an example. You listen to a song today, you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Okay? The next time you listen to the same song, you are used to it, you don't mind. It's there. The third time that song is not played, you miss it. You see? The fourth time it's played, you sing along.
Yeah.
The fifth time you are going to hear it, it has gotten into your system. So music is a way that we communicate and culturalize our society. You know, it goes beyond just the talent and all that. That is why you need to be selective to what you listen to, because whatever that you listen to, especially with music, one or another, it will start wanting to manifest itself you know, and if it doesn't manifest in your way of behavior, it will come out in language, you know. It will come out the way you speak, the way you relate to people, you know, your type. Actually, music goes to a point where it influences what you want to eat, where you want to stay. How you want to...
you want to stay, most definitely. We want to say most definitely.
Exactly.
I agree. Okay.
So that's music for you. It has a way of transforming a person without forcing the person to be transformed. So when we are investing in the music, what is it that we want people to know? So when we are investing in that, you are branding that part. And what I'm looking for when we have these festivals that we're going to be holding, like what we've been doing in Livingston, I'm looking for genuineness. Yeah, I'm looking at this person who is going to bring this. It may not make sense to another person, but it's originally from here. We have a mindset as Zambians that outside content is better than our content.
And I think that comes from how the world is evolving, because everybody wants to be part of the change, of course. So I think that's where it's coming from. But anyway, with regards to what you're saying, so how should people stay authentic to themselves in as much as they're trying to keep up with the trends?
Okay. There is no music that is independently original, completely as in 100%. Everything is a borrowed idea or sound or act from different segments of what makes up a song or an art. It is piloting around that kind of circumference. The issue is that we have this music from the West, we have the Hindi type of music, we have the Germans producing, we have the South Africans producing, we have the Congolese just near us here, we have the Botswanas and all that, and then here's a Zambian. I love what Congolese do. But now I want something that is Zambian. So I'm gonna pick a beat from the Congolese, but then I'm gonna play the piano like South African, and I'm going to add an overdrive guitar like an American, you know, but then at the end of the day, is it Zambian? So what will make it Zambian?
Okay.
Yeah. So then I'm going to go back, borrow from what we call Zambian, and then once I've borrowed from what we call Zambian, then I'm going to only be adding certain aspects, and some of those aspects will come in more like an influence. It's not completely something that you do probably conscious. Some of the things, they just come subconsciously because this is the kind of music you've been listening over and over.
Okay.
But to beat that, to make sure that it sounds very Zambian and authentic, it's something that every artist needs to labor, because the world outside there, they want to borrow from us as much as we also borrow from them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Talking about videos, songs, let's get to see some of your videos. So we'll play two. So that is the camera. I want you to introduce these songs. I don't want you to say these are my songs. I want you to mention the name of the artist. I want you to mention the name of the artist and let me say something nice before the two videos play. So you say the titles of the videos, and there you go. The camera is there.
I have to say something nice, of course. The first song that will be played is Ngiyabonga. Yeah, done in Zulu. So Ngiyabonga is it's a Zulu word that says thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail. And then the following track is Uyabusa Njalo, also in Zulu plus English. And someone is about to ask me, are you Zambian? Why are you singing Zulu? But anyway,
we'll come and talk about that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
mama endleleni yami wafika wena wangikhalisela ngangizondwa wonke umuntu wafika wena wangithanda ungikhokhile odakeni wangigeza wangibutha lapho ngilahlwe khona baba ngiyabonga wambuyisela abantwabami wangipa namabebi wami sinu nosami ngistanda kangaka ngiyabonga Nkosi yami wangibuyisela mnyaka ediwe esikhonyana ubaba ngiyabonga
And that is Mr. Navy right there. Some of you call him uncle, some of you know him as daddy. I don't know, you call him different things. But right now he's Minister Navy, and those are his songs. So if you have any comments or any contributions, go on our Facebook page. Unfortunately today we're unable to take your calls. So the songs. We're talking about like the power of just branding ourselves and trying to sell on the international market.
Yes.
If I look at those songs, that you can tell that they are African songs. Honestly, I wouldn't say. I would actually argue someone who would say this is a Zambian song. I would have like a debate with that person.
Okay.
But it tells it's an African song, and everybody can agree with me. Okay, maybe some might not agree with me, but some would agree with me to say it's at least an African song. We can tell, okay, it's an African person who did. But when we go to the vocals and the likes, would still say, it's only the language that is giving the vibes of an African song. So when it comes to branding ourselves and trying to sell ourselves on the international market, what are some of the things that people should look out for? What are some of the things that people should prioritize? In as much as we are trying to stay authentic, but we're still trying to compete with the international market. So like, how do we go about everything?
I was laughing when you started talking, because I was deceiving myself. I wanted you to say, this sounds so Zambian. Yeah, because
I mean, Zambian. The truth.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but anyway, we have the world as our stage, not just us here. Okay, there's something that Christ said in his word. He said a prophet does not have honor in his own hometown. And sometimes your hometown may not just be Livingstone. Your hometown may be Zambia, may be called Zambia. You know, your hometown may be called Africa, depending at what stage you've gone. Yeah. Yes, and I'd claim it to say it's Zambian because it's done by a Zambian, but that's all that is there with the songs. So they're done by a Zambian. You know, sometimes I had to do this. Before I release something, I would send people songs for critique. And then I remember the last song that is going to be coming. I sent it to someone. He's very musical, and he listens to it, and then he says, but boy, let me just tell you the truth. You know, if you do a Tonga song one day, I'll really appreciate. Then I'm like, but I sent you a Tonga song. He said, no, that's not. So I went back and started listening to the song. He says, now that you mentioned from the start to the end, now I can hear every word. Now it's all now Tonga. But if you did not guide me, I would have not known. So we need to have the international market at heart when we go into studio doing anything that we do. We need to have the international market at heart. Okay, if I want to beat someone to a race, I'm gonna spend time watching them doing the art. Okay, and then I'm going to try the best I can to challenge that. And then if I have managed to beat the time, because you know, these people that do racing, it's true that you race together with other people because it has to be done together. But otherwise you are not competing with those people. What you're doing, you are beating time, not the person. So if Sam Konga has done a 3 seconds on 20 meters, I need to beat the time to 2 seconds plus whatever that could be there. Why am I doing that? It's because that man is not my goal. My goal is beating the time. Okay. So when I'm looking at the world, I'm looking at how best can I be able to reach the world, and how best can my work be acceptable? Then once you begin to look into that, then you're going to give yourself good work of putting yourself together. Is what I have appealing on the international market, or it's just relevant to me? Yeah. And then also that goes into language. I'll be very, very honest with this one. Language for me has been a very huge barrier. You know, I was raised musically. I was raised in an environment that is very South African. South Africans don't pay attention to issues of language.
They don't?
They don't. They want it done in the local language. You are doing something in English, there is an audience for that, but most of the audience, they'll ask you to sing in Zulu, sing it in Xhosa, or sing it in Sotho and all that. So you come with this kind of influence on the market, and then you limit yourself to only South Africa. The music itself may be international, but the lyrics are local. Yeah, and in my research the past few months, I was like, people appreciate my music. Internationally, they do appreciate my music. But how else can I be effective? It's not about appreciation, but also being effective. I've turned slowly to English. Yeah, I've turned slowly to English, not because I'm looking down on our language and our culture, but it's because of the people that I want to reach.
Okay.
Yeah, because of people that I want to reach. I'll give you a perfect example. May his soul rest in peace. Lucky Dube.
Yeah.
Lucky Dube started off as a Mbaqanga artist.
Okay.
Yeah, Mbaqanga is the local Zulu kind of music.
Okay.
Yes. Others will call it Skatamia, others will call it Maskandi. Okay, Skatamia is what okay, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, I'm focusing on this man who is doing Mbaqanga or Maskandi, called Lucky Dube. He's only relevant to South Africans because they understand his language, and he's performing for South Africans. And then he goes and does an English song in a stadium as he performs before soccer is played. And then the whole stadium appreciates the reggae feel that he brings to the table. All right. Then boom, he becomes an international acclaimed artist. Jamaica loves him, UK loves him, America celebrates him, the Africans, countries all over, they celebrate him. Australia is clapping for Lucky Dube. Why? Because they have heard what he is saying.
Yeah.
You know, so he embraces a message of bringing people together as one. If you listen to all his music, he had only one message.
Yeah.
Bringing the people together as one. So in all his songs, be it love song, be it what, be that what, he'll bring
People together.
So that's the language that he brought to the table. How did he do it? He brought the same sounds, the Zulu soul sounds, coupled a bit with Jamaican way of bringing out music, reggae. You know, brought a bit of some Caribbean into it, brought a bit of that, and combined it and came up with one thing. But at the end of the day, it's classified as South African music. But actually, that's international because everyone could hear him in that. So, as an artist, as you are developing, it's not helpful to be rigid. To say me, I can only do this because this is what I want to do. But who are you doing it for? I think the most important person in our composition of work, whatever work that we do, is the end user. Who is going to listen to this? And what is it that I want them to do? Remember, we were talking about the spiritual aspect of music as a spear. You know, I hear it now, again I hear it, again I hear, until it becomes part of me. The next thing, don't be surprised if you find me dancing. I almost used that colloquial language. If you find me dancing to read, man, this thing has been there in the system. It's been working. And now it's about to influence the way I do things, especially for our kids that are still in school. You know? It all starts normally. I'm just doing a rap, so I'm going to pick on so and so artists. I'm not mentioning the names of artists because I don't want to sound like I'm being malicious. So this song is popular now. I'm going to be rapping to it. He's doing the rap and all that, and within a short time, it was just an innocent rap, but now the trousers has gone down. You know, that anointing begins to manifest in that in that person. You know, within a short time, the next thing you are going to find that he's on drugs or she's on drugs. You know, within a short time now, she brings a parcel at home. Daddy, I'm pregnant. Why? It's from what they consume, they listen to. You know, they listen to. And I'll give you a practical example why we as Christian artists need to excel and do better than what the world does. It's because we are influencing the world. We are sending a certain message to the world. This is how it plays. A kid is listening to a secular artist, but they are singing in church. Okay, they are song leading in church. They are the dependable, praise leaders and worship leaders in church. But what they listen to is that which is in the secular world, right? The next thing you're going to hear is a person is going to go on the screen to say, I started off as a gospel singer in church, but now I'm singing secular. And they'll ask them, but why? I know church doesn't pay and secular pays and doesn't limit me. I can go play anywhere, I can sing in weddings, I can go this and that. Okay, those are just excuses. What pulled you out of the church is what you were listening to, which was outside the church.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. I would want to see a trend shifting where the outside begin to take notes of what is happening inside the church. And as a result, I want to hear testimonies. I once was outside there, but when I heard an amazing song, it changed me, it brought me back to the house of God. And the same way, those that once went out, coming back. And that's what that's just what we're doing as gospel artists. We're supposed to help the person who would not go to church, but has a radio or a phone. When they hear that, they develop a desire to have a relationship with this God. And that is why it's imperative that a Christian artist must not just sing gospel, but they must live the gospel as well.
And talking about like finances and then also with regards to the gospel industry, I have seen some people who do secular music and then they like pray even before they go perform, because then what they do is perform. Before they go perform, they pray and everything, and then you find Christians admiring that, and they are saying, you know what, because in gospel they don't pay. I would rather shift. I go to the secular world so that at least I get money and I sustain myself, but I still have a personal relationship with God. So I honestly don't know how that works. But when it comes to finances, do you think the reason why people are leaving the church, as you said, and they're going to secular, is it a good excuse for them to say it's because of finances?
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, they need to eat. I'm sorry to say this, because I've also experienced it, where you are invited to go and offer your services somewhere. It's a Christian event, a gospel event, and then the only thing you come out of with that side is thank you, God bless you, God bless you.
May He expand you.
Yeah, but that person has got bills to pay.
Exactly.
Maybe they don't even have transport, but you just tell them. So do you think it's a good excuse? Or it's understood? It's they should be understood, because they need to sponsor themselves.
Okay, I'm going to answer you on 3 different levels. Okay, the first one I'm going to give you is a Christian who is singing, who is an artist, who is a content creator. Okay, and when we go to the market, at City Market, do you take time to ask whether the one who is selling tomatoes to you is a Christian or not? You don't.
No, you just buy.
You are just interested in the tomato.
That's all.
Yeah, the tomato is what you want. Okay, whether they are JWs or Seventh Day, they are Wesleyans, they are Muslims, that doesn't matter. You go for the quality and what is good. Okay, and then the second segment I'm going to respond is the question that you've asked, but you haven't asked it that way. What I heard you say, can a Christian do secular music?
Yes.
So what makes music secular and what makes music Christian? First of all, let's look into the content of what they sing and what is it that they would want to achieve in what they sing. Okay? It's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
The Bible has Genesis, and we love it as the church. The Bible has Deuteronomy, it has mighty prophets, the Joels, and it has all these guys inside, but there's also one guy we normally don't like talking about. It has the Song of Solomon. I'm not gonna love my wife with the love of Christ. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to be me. I'm not going to imagine someone comes to you, amazing, says, I love you with the love of Christ, so can you be my wife?
No, man, no.
Okay, so I think we need to be real. We need to get to a point where we are real.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the gospel that we have, it also passes through the Song of Solomon, which is very, very gray area, and very few pastors would actually even go to open that I'm going to talk about that. I have done a song that is billed as secular, but it's not secular. It's a love song. How do I interpret love as a Christian? You see? What is it in the love component that the world, I would want the world to see in the love component? Okay, one pastor sent me a text. Mwamba kugwa busa, inyimbo hii. And the only thing I said, I'm thinking about you. Is it sin to tell your wife you're thinking about her? Is it a sin to tell another person you're thinking about them? No. Now, the issue is that when we get to the explicit part of it, you know, when we start breaking it down to baby touch me there and all this and all that, long time, amazing, there were love songs. You know, people would sing love, clean love songs.
Yeah.
But today's
the corrupt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So today they want to undress a person, you know, and all this thing happens. So the issue is that, are we going to leave the love story to the world to tell us how to love or we are going to take the lead to say, I can sing about love, the clean love, the Christ-like love, the love that comes with responsibility, the love that accepts the responsibility, the love that is not going to exploit, but the love that is going to protect a community.
Okay.
Why? Because it is important that the world also gets that from us. Someone is not going to want to give me an ear out there. You know, when I come to him and say, just like Christ loved the church, so you should love your wife. It's in the Bible, it's right there. But what if I say, love your wife like she's the only person that is there to be loved? You know? Why? Because this person freezes when I mention Christ, and they homogeneously group us to say, Vapente or Vachanchan, you know, all those things. So, to answer that question of the money factor, the motive behind, if my motive behind singing was to make money, then let me be where money is made. Okay? Other than dragging the gospel as a tool of making money.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember what we were talking, if our viewers still recall, we were talking of the importance of two things here, the ministry and the industry. Okay? From the industry is the one that is going to bring me to Camnet to minister. Okay? It's the industry. I cannot walk from where I was. I have to get on a bus. I have to get on a Yango. I have to drive. I had to get here. One or another, the industry brought me here.
Yes.
Okay? So, if I'm going to just give you, the Lord bless you, you know, He will expand you. How did I come? You understand? So, that's the practicality that I'm talking about, that as Christians we need to get to a point where we get practical. Here's a young person who's dedicated themselves to the church. They have lived their life there. Actually, some of them, sadly, they sleep in the church behind the pulpits.
Yeah.
After playing for all of us, we have been blessed, we've been in the presence of God. Including the minister leaves that child behind there and just say, God bless you. And keep loading them with the message, one day God will just open things, you know, but why don't you open your pocket first?
Yeah.
You know? When I go to buy bread, I'm not going to start speaking in tongues.
No, you have to give
can I have that bread? Or can you give us money? Hallelujah, the Lord will provide for you. You know?
No,
so
that's how it works.
The reaction to that, sometimes we end up losing people from the house of God to become actually those people rebel by doing what they are doing, because I don't think it's a money issue. It's the part of, I was not loved, I was not taken care of, I was gossiped, I was misunderstood, I was this and that. Many won't have the muscle to stand that, to say, well, I'll hang on, I'll do this and that, I'll do this, because that's what God has given them. What He's given them in their hand, He expects them to live by what they have been gifted with.
Okay.
Yeah, so that person must be understood in their own context. First of all, what happened to them? How is music in the church not paying them? You know, have the church done all that it could to make sure that they meet the artists halfway for their livelihood? You know, but if I'm going to go there and I'll tell people, I'm just making an example, give me beer. Now I'm dancing, give me beer. Hey, give me beer. Okay, after they've given us beer, then we're going to drink. Now, there's a kid who is listening to me. There's another one about Jaku Church. Now he's singing, give me what? Give me beer. And then at the end of the day, I'm fishing people off
out of the church because I'm making them believe the church is useless. The church is this and that. The church is not doing enough. The church is, you know. So these are the things that we need to take care of. Amazing. Yeah. To say, as an artist, I'm an influencer of the culture. If I'm influencing a culture, let me not be judged because I've done a song that talks about love, but let me be appreciated that the love that I'm talking about is actually the love that we need to hear about. And at the same time, let our house be organized as a Christian fraternal for artists. I'm sorry to say this, but I'll say it just the way it comes in my mind without offending anyone. Us gospel artists are the most disorganized group of people. I'm sorry to say that. How many awards do we have for gospel artists in this country? I think there's only the Oliver Awards in Zambia.
Okay.
And it's in the States, but in Zambia we only have like the Oliver Awards.
I'm hearing it for the first time.
Well, I think they just had their second awards. They just recently started.
That's nice. That's nice. Who was awarding us before that?
Those Kwacha, then Born and Bred before they stopped. Yeah.
Okay. And then the breweries also awarded us.
Oh yeah, yes.
So how, now look at Reverend Nevi Samboko. I'm from preaching now, and then I'm going to be given an award with a bottle of, I'm not going to mention the beer.
Yeah.
Just because there's money attached to it, and I'm going to walk out. Hallelujah! God is good. We're doing it. Come on, we need to protect this sanctity. Do we have the Gospel Music Association? Who are the members of the Gospel Music Association? Who's going to be talking for us? Honestly, not that I'm creating a barrier of them and us, no. But are we properly represented? So I think our house needs to be in order.
Yeah.
Okay? We need to kill the competition. Yeah. If be the last thing I speak to this morning, how about killing the competition? Okay? What I mean by competition, if we are going to be singing in the same place with Amazing, okay? Already I've ranked myself as the best, and Amazing is just an upcoming. All right, so I go to the engineer. Boy, this happens actually. Well, can you tune the stuff down when Amazing is on stage? Because I didn't want her to be the first one singing, you know. Others, they go to a point of buying an artist off the stage. By Mbekumalasti, because that Bamvele in the first. Yeah. That actually happens. You know, it's me. I'm supposed to be the one. You know, when I go on the stage, I want every instrument to play nicely, and an artist is listening to me, and they have experienced what I'm talking about. The knockout strategies. When I come in, they should be different, but when others were coming, it's okay. Or even if they are whistling mics, you know, something is not playing there, something is gone, the CD is squeaking. Okay, it's fine for this, but not fine for me. Every place where there's a competition, there is an animosity that says, an animal in us that says, I have to be the best. If I have to be the best, I'll spend my time trying to study you. And then if I study you, then I'm gonna capitalize on your weakness. So that people will be looking at me. Where is ministry in all that? We've thrown it off the window. You see? So because of that, we even take it into the government now wants artists to go and perform at a national event. You know, I'll start conniving now. No, in a Mnifake fest because akabwera amazing bantu sibazanvera venzaimba. So ningene fest You know what I mean?
It's a very sad situation.
Yeah, that happens.
Really, really sad.
It's very, very sad. So we need to put our house in order.
Yeah.
I miss the days when the gospel music was influencing the better part of our country, Zambia. You know, it's a time when we went there because you had the talent, and you just went there, you wanted to minister. And I remember those days we used to go, I never even expected to go and get anything there. I just wanted to market what I had.
Yeah.
And then we started getting introduced to music pays. And when music pays, okay, then we need to get paid. I need to get paid so that I'll come again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, time is not really on our side, so we definitely have to continue this conversation. I'm sure later on in the future we'll do that. But for now, please, your word of advice, and you give us the social handles so that we can follow you for any information that we might need to get on the projects that you are setting up here in Lusaka.
Okay. Here, in closing, I'd say the world needs us. Yes. In the world that has glorified the other world above the crust that who is our product, whom we are supposed to be selling, I think the world is expecting us to perform better. Yeah. And exhibit that love of Christ that we say we have. Okay. Yeah, so if people want to follow me, I'm on Facebook. Yes, I'm on Facebook as Nevi Samboko, and also as Matimba Samboko. Those two pages. Okay. Yes, and also I'm on TikTok. Okay. Yeah, I do a lot of dances there. I'm joking.
Okay.
Yeah, and also on YouTube.
Okay.
Yes. For now, my music is still free on YouTube, but soon
we'll monetize.
We'll monetize. The promotional period is going to elapse. Yeah. Okay.
All right. No, thank you so very much, Mr. Nevi, for coming through. Thank you for everything that you've said. We've learned at least a thing or two. I'm sure the viewers agree with me, and wish you all the best in your ministry, and we'll be looking forward to the projects that you're setting up. We'll be looking forward to that. So to the viewers, thank you for joining us this morning. This is all we have to say, our goodbyes. I don't know if we still have time to play the video, or time is not on our side, but anyway, the director will decide. But on behalf of the entire production crew, this is all we have to say, our goodbyes. Elijah, Amos, Isaac, shout outs, and not forgetting the pastors, Pastor Moses and Victoria Chilura, and you, the viewers, for just setting our time to just watch the show, and our guest, Minister Nevi. We say our goodbyes. God bless you. See you people next week, same time, same place. But keep it locked to Camnet TV. You know, we're not just another channel.
We need da banjango, yeah. Se você se decisa agora, yeah. Sua cubana wande mela, colanga se onde chiti. Oh